What would you do for family? I'd do anything for mine. They've always taken care of me. My family's from Southeast Alabama, a very conservative place. We went to a private Christian school and we were in church most Sundays. Every one of them were great. As children, we got into the usual catfights. Then supper came around and we'd go back to normal. We had our moments, but we never turned our backs on each other. And the biggest supporter of my childish nonsense was none other than my brother Will. And as children, we annoyed the crap out of him. But nonetheless, he still showed up and was there. Will was the one who took me and my friends to the movies. He sat through some truly awful movies, but he did it anyway. It was our way of spending time together. Being able to bond over the latest Star Wars movie. From then, he was the guy who took me to school, taught me how to play video games, showed me how to do anything techie in the house. We were a tight family. And then when I got into grade school, my mom talked to us about having Will see a doctor. Said it was about his mental health. He didn't get to see a doctor in town. So on Wednesdays, he'd head down to an office at Panama City Beach. It's just a 2-hour drive away. Me and my sister didn't go often, but every now and then on a Wednesday, my mom would let us play hooky and catch a ride to PCB. They were pretty uneventful times. We'd head down. It was a long drive, but it was worth it. The property was beautiful. It was right on the water. Had palm trees everywhere. A sandy ground right off the rocky drive. It was real nice. It was too nice. So we'd drop Will off and hit the town. We'd go to Schlotsky's, a sandwich place, for lunch. And then we'd head over to the beach. Spend some time on the water. Lay out in the sand. Soak up the sun. And then after about 2 hours or so, we'd head back. Go pick up Will and go home. And at that point, he had become more quiet. Started doing stuff like sleeping until noon. Hey, time to get up.
10 more minutes.
All right, sleepyhead. See ya. All right, get up now. Mom's getting mad.
All right.
Time went by. When Will entered his junior year of high school, he was all of a sudden done with school. And I was very confused as to how Will was able to pass a year of high school. So I inquired to my mother about it. Hey, Mom, I was just wondering, how was Will able to skip a year of school? Well, sweetie, he's a smart kid. He was just able to take a test and head straight to college. Wow, that is quite amazing. I hope I get to do that when I'm that old. Well, now, sweetie, the plan for you is to finish out school and do all your high school. But we'll see when you get there. After a year, me and my sister were still attending school. My brother to the local community college. We shortly decided to move to Minnesota. This is my father's home state. And not long after we had settled into our new home, my mother dropped some news on me and my sister. Kids, your brother's gay.
Wow. I guess I'm not surprised. I guess he didn't really bring any girlfriends around.
So do you guys have any questions or concerns or?
No, I mean he's still Will. The more I think about it, I'm just more baffled that I didn't catch that. I didn't see that.
Will then began talking to us about his experiences, his identity. He also shared more about his time at therapy. And I can't believe that right under my nose, my brother was a victim of conversion therapy. Conversion therapy is defined as any form of dangerous or discredited practice with a goal of changing an individual's sexual orientation or gender identity. Conversion therapists use a variety of shaming, emotionally traumatic experiences, and physically painful stimuli and make their victims associate that stimuli with their LGBTQ identities. He can't remember much from his past from this therapy. And when it became public knowledge that he was gay, the school had gotten wind and decided to kick him out. That's why he had to get his GED. It's because the Christian school didn't believe that they had room for a gay person. And all of this was kept from me until I could understand, and I understand why it was kept from me. But I hate that I've been left with this feeling of just utter ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, and my life was bliss. While I was able to run around life with basically no consequences, my brother lived a very different life. He was dragged through the mud, bullied in school, disrespected by his peers in society. And now, all of a sudden, he was casted out like a leper. The International Rehabilitation Council for Torture Victims defines conversion therapy as torture. My brother was being tortured, and I was off having my head in the sand. He's moved on from that time, and it's gotten better. But if you find yourself in that situation, don't leave your head in the sand.